Alright, what's up YouTube? Welcome to the Struggling Day Trader channel. The name is Hassan, and this channel is about my struggle to become a profitable day trader. I'm streaming live every market open so you guys can see my entries, exits, all that good stuff. And then I do a review video like this one right here after my trading session to go over the good, the bad, all of that. If you want to join me on my journey, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's get to it, y'all. Still having some technical difficulties with the green screen. I ordered a new webcam. Maybe that'll fix it. I don't know. I thought the lighting fixed it. I really just don't understand right now. But anyway. So today. So basically my main struggle lately has been two things. Putting the right things in front of me, which is picking good stocks pre-market to trade, and then not trading after my trading window closes. That's kind of been the thing that's been setting me back the last couple weeks. And so it's funny, man. My buddy Trey, I told him I was thinking about just watching one stock each day. Just picking one stock, just spending my whole time pre-market trying to find the one. You know, that one that has that A plus setup. And if I could only watch one stock, it's this stock. And he was like, yeah, that's probably a good idea because whatever you watch, you trade. And that's facts, man. That's been a struggle of mine for sure. And so the only reason that's bad is when you're losing the trade, right? If I was picking two A plus setups each day and then trading those, it wouldn't be that big of an issue. But I think I'm still refining my watch list picks, so that's kind of hit and miss. And then not only that, but just the focus. Like the amount of focus it really requires to stay dialed in on something. And then like today, man, I felt super dialed in on VIR and took some really, a really thoughtful entry, what I thought was a really thoughtful entry on VIR, which I'll explain in a second. And then I flipped over to SANA and just was not as thoughtful. Just like clearly was not as thoughtful. Like I was really being super patient with VIR. And then I just came over here and just kind of nonchalantly took the trade. But anyway, let's get into it. So I like the daily on VIR. Mostly because it's not like a trash daily where it's just downtrend after downtrend after downtrend, right? Like something's happening here. It gaps up, it makes a lower low, but it's still hanging out in this area. Like there's something holding it up, right? And then we gap up over all these highs. Looks good. Highest volume. I think it was the highest volume stock, at least in the price range that I'm looking for, the cap range that I'm looking for. So this was A plus for me. This was A plus. And so do what I do at the open, try to be patient and let the thing kind of show you what it wants to do. And as soon as it comes down here, of course, once that first wick gets put in, I'm starting to look for the reversal, right? And I'm watching the price action and I'm trying to be mindful of not just jumping in. Like just because it's throwing a wick and it's at the low of day, that can't just be the only criteria, right? Like I'm waiting for confirmation of price and I'm waiting for confirmation in volume. So it comes down, big volume into this level. Boom, nice wick right here. Push up, make a little high, and then, higher low. But then we got this narrow range. Does that go down lower? Slightly lower. But this is where I'm the most tempted to get in right here. We got kind of a narrow range entry where you can get in, pretty close to low of day. But just looking at the volume, whenever I see this two-step volume right here, to me that's just a retracement. And usually it'll keep going in the direction before these two candles. So that alone kept me from getting into this trade, because normally I would get in. I would, as soon as this next candle broke that high, I would trigger in. But I just didn't see the volume that I wanted to see on the previous candle, so I waited. It triggered, and then boom, made a lower low. And so I was really happy. I felt so accomplished that I was able to stay out of that, and it was a good read. And then so now we have a new low of day, comes up, makes a little high, and now we got this same 2 bar retracement, right? But now look, we got bigger green volume that came in, and then we have these low volume retracement candles on these two red candles right here. So to me that's good. And now I'm watching, just waiting for this volume to break. And when it broke, like, you see, like, I wanted to get in at the break of the candle, which was 1178, and I got filled up here like 1190 something. So I really missed out on 20 cents on the entry right there. I probably, because I saw it pop and then I like reflexively hit the button. But I think on those kind of pops, I might need to try and wait and just see if I can get another entry. But I mean, if I'm expecting it to go a few dollars, it's okay. It just, it would have been nice to get a better entry. But anyway, so I get in right here, stop under low of day, comes down here, and just like, it's really getting stressful, and actually makes a low by 1 penny. But one thing I've been doing is giving my stop a little more room. Like, instead of just 1 penny, been giving it like 3 or 4 cents. So this didn't stop me out, and it went, man. It went. As soon as it popped up on this big volume, I took profit, and I should have taken profit on this candle too. I think I wasn't focused. I was looking at probably SANA at this point. But yeah, and then I moved my stop to break even after taking profit, and I was really feeling like I was feeling the type of way this whole time down, because this type of move up, it's gonna pull back a lot, just because of the nature of this aggressive move up. It's usually gonna have an aggressive pullback, just like it did here. So I just really was anxious about leaving my stop right there, man. And it was this moment here. No, not this moment. The next moment, which I'm getting ready to show y'all, that really drove home my desire to. After today, I've decided I'm going to leave my stop at low of day until I get like a significant, clear level to move my stop up. Like after this, this low, and then we make new highs here, I think it's perfectly fine to move your stop up to here, right? No problem. Um, but yeah, I just really felt played on this one, man. But anyway, I got back in right here because of the 5 minute, and it was super clean on the 5, like super clean on the 5. Right here, man. Nice hammer candle. Beautiful. Like, I had to get it. Easy higher low off the lower day, man. So I got in there and I was able to take, I got a nice take profit on that trade too. Got in here and took profit at the top and moved my stop to break even again. And what happened, bro? It was tiptoeing my stop this whole time. And then it just came and made a little tick right here. Just poop. Just enough to kick me out the trade, man. And then ran, bro. And yeah, man, I just had to sit there and watch. And so that sucked. But it wasn't so bad because I felt good. I was right about the trade. I was right about the pick. I just, maybe have a few things to work on as far as management is concerned. But I really liked how I played it as far as my entry and as far as my take profits. I would have liked to have taken more profit. that's kind of one thing I've just been barely taking profit, just really trying to get myself just to hit the button, you know. Um, but yeah, I'm definitely liking the execution. I just think I'm going to not be so aggressive. Like low of day is such a great place to hit for your stop to be, you know, like it really has to crash out to stop you out, you know. And if I just left it there, I could survive all of these fluctuations and just take profit on the highs, you know. So I'm gonna make that adjustment. I think what it really is I'm trying to cut out as many losses as possible, and so you know once I get my stop to break even, it's like whew, stops, risks off the table, stops at break even, you know, and I can chill. But you know I'm not here to save losses. I'm here to make money. You know what I mean? So I can't be that scary. So going forward, I'm leaving my stop to low of day until I have significant, which I think I'll probably just use the 5-minute chart to move up my stop. That might have to be the move. You know, wait for 5-minute higher lows to move up my stop and just try to ride that joint, you know. Man, the 5-minute, I really want to lean on it a lot more. I really want to lean on it a lot more, man. I think the 5 is holding some secrets, man. And I really think it is. And I just look at my bad entries when I look at them against the 5-minute chart, and it's like, man, I would have never took that if I saw that on the 5, you know. And I look at my good entries and look at them against the 5, and it's like, man, that was a clear entry on the 5. Like it's almost to the point where, and I don't even want to say this out loud, but like I need to just trade the 5-minute chart, you know. But you know, I definitely can get better entries trading on the 1, but I at least for sure need to glance over at the 5 and just kind of look at it. At least look at it and see, you know, that I'm not taking like an egregious entry, you know, like an obvious pullback on the 5 type of entry, you know. So yeah, but then so that was, you know, it was like, okay, stopped out both times, break even after taking a very little profit. As you can see, both of those take profits totaled $2, not even half an R. So I think I need to start selling a quarter on the first take profit. It's like I think both of these I sold 1 share, maybe 2 on this first one. But I think I'm gonna start selling a quarter on that first take profit. And yeah, just leave that stop low a day. Stop being so aggressive with the stop. Like I'm not trying to exit the trade, right? You know. So that, and then taking a quarter off on my first take profit, I think is going to help a lot. And so anyway, let's go over here to SANA and kind of get to my point about not possibly just watching one chart tomorrow. So the daily on SANA I didn't like as much because it's just like a long downtrend, super long downtrend, and then a big gap. And it didn't even gap over like all the highs, you know. So it wasn't really that great, but it was running high volume, so I decided to watch it. And it popped, you know, kind of hung out for a second and then popped at the open. Came all the way back down and made a new low of day and threw some pretty big volume candles in that pullback. But you know, look at these green candles. Look at the volume, right? It's just a regular retracement. It's just a regular retracement, man. And I feel like I saw that, but then I saw the hammer and I was just like, well, it's low of day, it's a higher low, you know. Go ahead and try it. But there's no volume comes in, right? We don't get a volume like a spike in buyers until here, and it's making a new low, right? So you can't take that. Once it makes a new low, you got to wait for a new higher low. And, you know, maybe he tries to make a higher low here, but it never triggers. So, honestly, this was a very avoidable trade. If I was on my game like I was on VIR. On VIR, I was watching the volume like a hawk. and I was not going to get in without the volume. I mean, even my boy Trey was trading it. He's like, I'm in, and that's a lot of pressure to jump in, but I was able to stand my ground and wait for what I thought was my moment. But then I come over here and just like completely ignore the things that stood out to me on the other chart. And it's like, how much pressure do I really want to put on my focus? Because it's like I'm over here trading VIR and I'm dialed in. I'm reading the price action and the volume, you know, and, I'm focused. I'm taking the trades. I'm taking profit on the way up, on the volume spikes. And then I switch over here and it's like I got to reset my focus. And now I'm like, okay, where we at? Okay, new low of the day. All right, cool, cool, higher low. All right, let's get in. It's just like, it's just different. It's different. Um, and then I did it again. Yeah, so comes down, another leg down, and then got this little bounce here. I mean, some nice volume down into this level. But really, I mean, once you break low of day, this is something I've been contemplating the last few days, actually for a while, but once you got your initial low of day set and then you break that, it's like, okay, we broke low of day, established a new low of day. All right. And it's like, dang, once you break it again and it's just still pushing lower, like, brother, it's too weak. It's super weak. I'm trying to trade a strong stock that just has a moment of weakness at the open. So, the weakness needs to be very momentarily, like short, just, a couple pushes down and then the bounce. But when it's pushing down and then finding support and then breaking it and pushing down and then finding support and breaking it and push, like, bruh, it's weak. At this point, going long is just a counter trend, maybe for scalping, but not what I'm trying to do. So this thing was really dead. I mean, maybe I can, give myself a pass for this one entry, even though the volume completely did not legitimize the entry. After that, I should just be like, all right, it's done. Like, it's broken. It's broken. But, there was definitely some temptation around this $5 level here. But in reality, and then look at the 5, man. This kind of tripped me out. If I was trading this on the 5, what entry would I have taken? Maybe this one, but not really, because yeah, this is just an inside candle right here. I mean, maybe you could have tried it there or here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It was just a clear downtrend though. This thing was on its way down. And I just wasn't paying attention, man. Wasn't looking at the big picture. Yeah, so I think going forward, just for now, man, because I want to build the good habits. Like right now, the reason I want to watch multiple things is FOMO. Like I can't. I try to find another way to explain it. Like, well, the odds of the number one pick actually doing what you think is gonna do, so it's better to watch two of them. And like honestly, I'm afraid I'm gonna miss the one that goes right. So that's FOMO. And I'm not saying that's not a legitimate worry because I'm trying to make money, so I want to have the odds in my favor as much as possible. But the reality is right now I'm focused on process over profits, and so FOMO is not really a practical issue to have because I'm just risking $5 a share. Like I'm not missing out on rent money, right? Um, so with that, my goal is to, focus on process, build good habits, right? Make the good things like a reflex, like a natural, normal reaction. And if I could focus, I think I would have a better shot at building those habits because being distracted, you forget, you start forgetting things. And I remember when I was trading just the SPY, like I felt so clear headed. You know, I felt so focused and you know, I could really just be locked in on what's happening and not miss things, you know, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna try it for a while and see how it goes. And so tomorrow or Friday, I guess, because we're morning tomorrow. Um, one pick to trade, and uh, keep stop at low of day, and entry criteria, man, low of day plus price action plus volume. That's the formula. It's that simple. Don't see the you don't see the price action, you can't take the trade just because of the volume, which is what I do a lot of times. I buy a lower high or a lower low because I saw volume. Like, oh, that's probably the bottom. See the volume. Nah, man. Wait for the confirmation. Wait for the confirmation. Wait for the higher low to get put in, right? And just because you see the higher low doesn't mean you just go buy it. You wait for the buyers. Are the buyers there? No. Okay. Well, this might not be the one. So it's slowing down. I feel like it's slowing down, and I think if I just watch one thing, it'll really slow down. Really slow down. And yeah, man, just you know, just keep making little adjustments, trying to find that perfect storm, you know, that perfect atmosphere for myself to succeed. And you know, that's what it's about every day. You plan, get out in the field and test it, and then take notes and revise and do it again. You know, so that's all I got, man. Uh, Dang, man, I hate it when there's no trading. No trading tomorrow. I guess I'll see you guys Friday. I might do a video though. I'm definitely gonna come sit in and do some work. So maybe I'll see y'all in the morning. But anyway, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see y'all at the open. Peace.